Namo Narayana, welcome back. We are on chapter 24, chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva, and we're finishing up Lord Shiva's praise of Lord Krishna. And we'll just pick this right up with verse 59. The devotee whose heart has been completely cleansed by the process of devotional service and who is favored by Bhakti Devi does not become bewildered by the external energy, which is just like a dark well. Being completely cleansed of all material contamination in this way, a devotee is able to understand very happily your name, fame, form, activities, etc. My dear Lord, the impersonal Brahman spreads everywhere, like the sunshine or the sky. And that impersonal Brahman, which spreads throughout the universe and in which the entire universe is manifested, is you. My dear Lord, you have manifold energies, and these energies are manifested in manifold forms. With such energies, you have also created this cosmic manifestation, and although you maintain it as if it were permanent, you ultimately annihilate it. Although you are never disturbed by such changes and alterations, the living entities are disturbed by them, and therefore they find the cosmic manifestation to be different or separate from you. My Lord, you are always independent, and I can clearly see this fact. My Lord, your universal form consists of all five elements, the senses, mind, intelligence, and false ego, which is material, and the Paramatma, your partial expansion, who is the director of everything. Yogis other than the devotees, namely the Karma Yogi and Jnana Yogi, worship you by their respectful actions in their respectful positions. It is stated both in the Vedas and in the Shastras that it is only you who are able to be worshipped. That is the expert version of all the Vedas. My dear Lord, you are the only Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. Before the creation of this material world, your material energy remains in a dormant condition. When your material energy is agitated, the three qualities, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, act, and as a result, the total material energy, that being egotism, ether, air, fire, water, earth, and all the various demigods and saintly persons, thus become manifest. My dear Lord, you are the only Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. Before the creation of this material world, your material energy remains in a dormant condition. When your material energy is agitated, the three qualities of goodness, passion, and ignorance act, and as a result, the total energy, that including egotism, ether, air, fire, water, earth, and all the various demigods and saintly persons, becomes manifest. Thus the material world is created. My dear Lord, after creating by your own potencies, you enter within the creation in four kinds of forms. Being within the hearts of the living entities, you know them and know how they are enjoying their senses. The so-called happiness of the material creation is exactly like the bees' enjoyment of honey after it has been collected in the honeycombs. My dear Lord, your absolute authority cannot be directly experienced, but one can guess by seeing the activities of the world that everything is being destroyed in due course of time. The force of time is very strong, and everything is being destroyed by something else, just as one animal is being eaten by another animal. Time scatters everything, exactly as the wind scatters clouds in the sky. My dear Lord, all living entities within this material world are mad after planning for things, and they are always busy with a desire to do this or that. This is due to uncontrollable greed. The greed for material enjoyment is always existing in the living entity. But your lordship is always alert, and in due course of time you strike him, just as a snake seizes a mouse and very easily swallows him. My dear Lord, any learned person knows that unless he worships you, his entire life is spoiled. Knowing this, how can he give up worshipping your lotus feet? Even our father and spiritual master, Lord Brahma, unhesitantly worshipped you, and the 14 Manus followed in his footsteps. My dear Lord, all actually learned persons know you as the Supreme Brahman and the Super Soul. Although the entire universe is afraid of Lord Rudra, who ultimately annihilates everything, for the learned devotees, you are the fearless destination of all. My dear sons of the king, just execute your occupational duty as kings with a pure heart. Just chant this prayer, fixing your mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. That will bring you all good fortune, for the Lord will be very pleased with you. Therefore, sons of the king Prajapati, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari is situated in everyone's heart. He is also within your hearts. Therefore chant the glories of the Lord and always meditate upon him continuously. My dear princes, in the form of a prayer I have delineated the yoga system of chanting the holy name. All of you should take this important stotra within your minds and promise to keep it in order to become great sages. By acting silently like a great sage and by giving attention and reverence, you should practice this method. This prayer was first spoken to us by Lord Brahma, the master of all creators. The creators, headed by Bhargu, were instructed in these prayers because they wanted to create. When all the Prajapatis were ordered to create by Lord Brahma, we chanted these prayers in praise of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and became completely free from all ignorance. Thus we were able to create different types of living entities. A devotee of Lord Krishna, whose mind is always absorbed in him, who with great attention and reverence chants this prayer, will achieve the greatest perfection of life without delay. In this world there are different types of achievement, but of all of them, the achievement of knowledge is considered to be the highest because one can cross the ocean of nescience only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise the ocean is impossible. Although rendering devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worshipping him are very difficult things to do, if one vibrates or simply reads this prayer, composed and sung by me, he will very easily be able to invoke the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the dearmost objective of all auspicious benedictions. A human being who sings this song sung by me can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari. Such a devotee, being fixed in the Lord's devotional service, can acquire whatever he wants from the Supreme Lord. A devotee who rises early in the morning and with folded hands chants these prayers sung by Lord Shiva and gives faculty to others to hear them certainly becomes free from all bondage to fruitive activities. My dear sons of the king Prajapati, the prayers I have recited to you are meant for pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul. I advise you to recite these prayers, which are as effective as great austerities. In this way, when you are mature, your life will be successful, and you will certainly achieve all your desired objectives without fail. Thus ends chapter 24. So I have just chanted this chapter, this prayer, over 2 videos. So I'm going to say right now, I would love to have my books sell more. I would love to write some great novels and short stories that people love reading and look forward to the next one. I'd love my relationship with my fiancé to grow and blossom for us to eventually get married and have our own house, not an apartment like this. And I would love us to have a really nice life with the simple things that we dream about. Income, surrounded by animals, getting to be creative, running, and that's what I want. So I'm putting that forward right now in this video. Those are the things I would like. Those are the things that would make me happy. Those are the things that would help someone else. Those are the things that I also think would touch others. So I've done the prayer. I'm putting this before you, Lord Krishna. And for those watching this video, ask me in the comments what happened, if anything. I'm going to be my own test subject, basically. And I record these videos quite a while in advance, quite a few months. So by the time you see this, some time will have gone on. Please, I'm putting myself out there, Lord Krishna. You know what I want? I've been asking for the same things over and over again. So let's do this. Let's see if it works. And just so you know, I'm looking up at my shelf at Lord Krishna himself, one of the many statues that is on my shelf. And yeah, so thoughts, comments, anything you'd like to share? Have you had success reading this? I feel like putting these ideas out there, saying, hey, like, this is what I want, is actually kind of testing this. And I really don't believe in testing God. I advocate against testing God. But I'm also just putting it out there verbally. This is what I want. This is what I wanted for years. It's not testing. It's just, I don't know. Just putting things out there to solidify my dreams, but also to share my dreams with all of you. It tells you the type of person I am. I'm not asking for big fancy cars, big houses, or anything. Actually, my girlfriend and I would love to live in a nice little old house up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. And I'd just like to write and stories and create worlds. Different ending than I normally do talking about the videos, but that's okay. Thoughts, comments, all that good stuff down below. In the next video, we will start chapter 25. So, with that, I'll just say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.